Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Soul Food Sundays. It's been a minute. Actually, it's only been like 1 week, but it feels like it's been forever. But your girl needed a break. I welcome you all back after my little hiatus. I turned another year old, another year wise, another year young. And I am grateful. Thank you to all of you who wish the girl a happy birthday, any gifts or well wishes that came my way. I'm extremely grateful for. And yeah, y'all, it has been a very interesting energy that we've been in. I mean, extreme highs and lows. And as we are in a new moon in Aries energy, with the new moon in Aries being April 1st, y'all, that energy ain't nothing to play with. You know, we've been experiencing some purification by fire energy. And if you have not felt it, you will. Because we are literally burning away all that no longer serves us and making room for everything that we are meant to align with in this season. And so in our last Soul Food Sundays message, we talked about being in the protection of the Merkaba as we go through the labyrinth. And I definitely feel like that's exactly what this energy has been feeling like the lessons we've been learning have been taking us through a maze. And when you think you've reached the finish line, or you think you've reached the center, you actually hit a wall and you're having to go back in another direction, and you're really having to be intuitively led back to your center, because that is what a labyrinth does. And as you do that, you experience so many different energies and timelines, and travel through so many realms that Merkaba protection comes in handy. And so with this Soul Food Sundays, we're going to look into what this new moon in Aries is bringing in for us as we move through this labyrinth. Because honey, it definitely ain't over. It ain't over at all. But the good thing about it is it's a real Eight of Wands energy, which in the tarot, the Eight of Wands is a fast moving energy and it's progressive. And so this isn't that slow moving energy of, say, the Pentacles. This fire energy, it's passionate, it is progressive, it is it didn't come to play with our ass. And so it will behoove us not to play with it. And so we are going to pray, and then we are going to get into this week's Soul Food Sundays message. So Father God, Mother Earth, ancestors, and spirit guides, we come to you in this moment to tell you thank you. We thank you for your love and light, and we thank you for the momentum in which you are facilitating our healing, dear God. We thank you for Merkaba protection. We thank you for ancient wisdom. And we thank you for the lessons that have come to teach us and better align us with your divine will, dear God. Now we ask that you give us the knowledge, the wisdom, and the courage at this time to move forward as you are leading us to. And we just thank you. So we are going to start with one of our newer decks, which is the Gateway of Light Activation Oracle. I don't think I've used this deck during a Soul Food Sunday, so honey, we're gonna debut them today so that we can take a look into what activations and energies to expect as a collective to experience during this new moon in Aries. As you know, new moons are all about manifesting. I ain't gonna take them because I hadn't even asked for the information yet. New moons are all about manifesting, and Aries energy is all about leadership, passion, in many cases being impatient, moving fast, being assertive. You know, Aries is our Aries. Lord, I can't talk. Is represented by the ram. So, you know, we like to move head first into things. And we don't mind stepping out and being bold in our approach to things. And so things are definitely going to be speeding up for us. We're definitely being led to be bolder and more assertive as it relates to what it is that we're wanting. So if you're being lazy with your projects, your relationships, you may find yourself being pushed in the right direction and to step it up a notch. So Spirit, please provide the best information for our highest good as it relates to this new moon in Aries coming in for the collective. How is the new moon in Aries going to affect the collective? What is it that we're needing to know as we move into this new moon in Aries cycle? No hurry for this message to come out, because that's what a little rest will do for you. And bam, soon as I said it, we got 3 messages, which 3 cards came out the first time. So let's see here. Oh, Thoth light codes, light initiation, great teacher awakening, divine magic. As you can see, this Thoth card is represented here by the color of green. There's very much some heart chakra activations and elevations going on, and we are tapping into the ancient wisdom of the emerald tablets, because Thoth holds the emerald tablets, the ancient wisdom of the emerald tablets. So we're experiencing some light initiation as we step forward as teachers, as light workers, into a great awakening of divine magic. And we're also going through a Shambhala initiation, retreating to recharge, which was what I just did, taking a break from recording videos. And also I do have a vacation coming up, a retreat, so that I can do just that, retreat and recharge. I don't need to be responsible for nothing and nobody for a little while. So I've been trying to scale back, but I did feel led to go ahead and bring forth this message for you all, and to scale it back in some other areas. So we're being called to trust in the process and to better tap in with our Dharma. For those of you who are not familiar with Dharma, Dharma is your own spiritual code of conduct. It's your own spiritual law. You know what I'm saying? There are certain things as a light worker, as the individual who my experience has created me to be, that I'm just not gonna do, because anything other than would be against my own personal spiritual Dharma. And so it would behoove you all to get more acquainted with what your Dharma is, what Dharma is in general, and what it means to you personally. I'll definitely read the message for the Shambhala initiation card so that you get a better understanding of what Dharma is, why you're needing to retreat to recharge. And a lot of us are being called to recharge, as you can see with this purple energy, because we are being intuitively leveled up, like our spiritual gifts are being enhanced. Our ascension is leading us to tapping more into our spiritual gifts and also our healing, because this last card here, with all this powerful yellow solar plexus energy, with this light being surrounding the planet Earth, those solar plexus healing energies coming in, because we are about to be receiving, we're being ready to receive some important information as it relates to the healing of our planet, as it relates to increasing the frequency. And as light workers, that's what we're here for. So our wounds are being healed. And again, that's another message of recharging. It's speaking to the importance of us scaling it back a bit, going into retreat or hermit mode so that we can recharge and better prepare our vessels to be conduits of light, so that we can amplify the frequency, the vibration of humanity. The card at the top of the deck being Heart of Source. I told you, that's that heart chakra awakening that we are experiencing. All-encompassing love, unconditional acceptance, and serenity. The experiences that we'll be having as we move through this new moon in Aries energy is gonna require that we break down some of those things that have been lying within us in the shadows, that have kept us projecting toward others and being divisive and creating walls instead of bridges. Anything that's keeping us from loving fully, be it past experiences, hell, current experiences, whatever it is, we're getting to the heart of the matter so that we can be more unconditionally loving and move in Christ consciousness. So at the bottom of the deck, the halls of immense initiation, secrets are being revealed. Again, clarifying the information that's coming through the star being healing codes with important information, because we're going to, some things are going to be revealed to us about our past lives, about the energy that lies within our DNA. Also, things being revealed to us about what's going on in our physical life. Things are not as they seem. Again, we are unveiling our spiritual gifts. The halls of immense initiation speaks to treasures being uncovered and going through initiation. So when you find yourself confused, you feel like you're going through a tough time, you don't know what to do, your action item is to simply step back from that situation that has you confused. Take a break. Take a few steps back from it and allow yourself to rest and rejuvenate, and for the information to come to you, and to also work on your heart chakra. Work on your heart chakra so that you can clear anything going on within you, within your heart, that may be keeping you from seeing the truth of something, and also so that you can tap into more of your spiritual gifts. So I told you guys I would read the message for Shambhala initiations, because that one's really standing out to me, with this temple here radiating light out to the stars, and the stars radiating light into the temple. And as you can see, the temple here is just beyond going through some mountain peaks. You know, we're having to do go through somewhat of a pilgrimage, but we can see the light, so to speak, at the end of the tunnel, and we are getting close. This message is absolutely for those of us who have been putting in work and we tired. We exhausted and we're needing a break. We're needing to rest, and we're also needing to get in a more meditative state so that we can receive information about the next steps. So I am going to read the message for Shambhala initiations, and then I'm going to do a little clarifying with the quantum oracle. So let's see. Praise the Lord. These cards are in alphabetical order. Shambhala, also known as Shangri-La, is a city of light said to be hidden somewhere in the Himalayas near Tibet. According to theosophical teachings, this etheric retreat is where we can come into contact with some of the greatest spiritual adepts, enlightened teachers, and divine masters to ever walk the earth. In Buddhism and Hinduism, Shambhala is said to be the home of the god Shiva and of Buddha's enlightened beings. And in the Bon tradition, every year thousands make a pilgrimage to Mount Kailash, the supposed location of the hidden city, as this is said to bring good fortune. We can visit the etheric retreat of Shambhala during the dream state, astral travel, and meditation. If you feel it's calling you, or that the energies of this gateway seem familiar, you may have been there before. The Golden Temple of Shambhala sits in the heart of the Himalayas, between the physical and non-physical, and is said to appear to seekers who are ready to expand their awareness. It is the sacred energetic temple of all enlightened masters, particularly those who are connected to the Eastern traditions. They form a great galactic and universal council of elders who support the tuning of the wheel of Dharma. Dharma is a Sanskrit word that relates to the unfolding of our life path. I'm going to stop there and point out how Dharma, being the spiritual law that you kind of move through, live throughout, you carry with you as your life path unfolds, very much speaks to that labyrinth energy, because while you're on that pilgrimage and on that path, you run into obstacles, you run into walls and blockages, and you sometimes find yourself needing to go around or go in the opposite direction or go back to from where you came and re-strategize or just move differently, move in a different direction. And so that's very much, again, that labyrinth energy. So with your hands in the prayer position, imagine yourself surrounded by golden light and say, great masters and elders of Shambhala, thank you for helping me remember my Dharma so that I can have an enlightened awareness of the world. When things quiet down in your life, know that this isn't a failure, but an opportunity to retreat and recharge. In the busyness of the physical world, our spirit is often playing catch up with our body to the point that it gets used to being overactive and overworked. When the great masters of Shambhala come to you, they're encouraging you to take time to be away from the outer world and dive into the inner world. If you've been moving full speed ahead, this gateway encourages you to slow down and retreat. Take time to gather your energy, spend time in meditation and reflection in order to gain a clearer awareness of your current situation. You will uncover many insights and gifts during this period. Realize that there is a master awakening within. This is absolutely a light worker's message. Like I said, for many of us, we're exhausted, we're tired, we're wondering why we have not seemed to experience or receive the fruits of our labor, and we are being called to just take a rest, retreat, to step away from the situation for a little while and go inward and not worry about what's going on outside of us, not seek any outside validation, because we're being prepared for the next steps. I've been seeing 666 a lot, and it very much speaks to that message of not being focused on the material, but going inward, meditating, focusing on your third eye chakra, your crown chakra, and just paying attention to what's going on within you, paying attention to the inner guidance that is trying to speak to you and lead you. And so if you so feel led, it would behoove you during this the energy of this new moon in Aries to look into some Shambhala frequencies. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but I'm pretty sure YouTube has a bunch of them. So look into some Shambhala guided meditations and vibrational frequencies, because that's definitely what I am going to be doing. So with that being said, y'all, I'm going to see what the Quantum Oracle has to say. I am so hot right now, y'all. That's that fire energy. Because, baby, I am hot enough to strip right now. For some reason, I got my air on. Spirit, please clarify the message of the new moon in Aries real quick. Family, friends, and guides. Through great gratitude, which is the card at the top of the deck, you're going to be led to increase. So what this message is saying is, the spirit of your family, friends, and guides is leading you. And what did I say? I've been seeing the number 666. This is the 6 of spirit, guys. Because your ancestors are leading you, and they're wanting you to be still long enough for them to be able to talk to you, for you all to be on the same frequency so that they can connect with you, because they're giving you messages and symbols and synchronicities that are going to lead you to increase. But you have to have a foundation of gratitude. This four of consciousness here speaks to that, to gratitude being your foundational consciousness. You got to be grateful for what it is that you already have. You can't be out here hustling and bustling and stressing about what you don't have or what you used to have, but just be grateful for where you are and who you are. And this lady is surrounded by birds. Birds are messengers. They giving her the tea. They telling her everything that she needs to know as she sits gratefully, as she stands gratefully grounded in Mother Nature and feeling as one with everything that is around her and within her. So we've got to maintain an attitude of gratitude, because when you are grateful for what you have, it leads you to a cycle of increase. It aligns you with this number 3 cycle card, 3s being all about alignment. It aligns you with increase, and as you can see here, there are jewels along this path leading to this estate, because as you are walking through the path out of the labyrinth, and you can see the castle, you can see the fruits of your labor right in front of you, you'll also see that the bounty lies in the journey, the jewels that you pick up along the journey. You see jewels here representing the heart chakra, the third eye chakra, the throat chakra, the root chakra, the solar plexus, and the sacral chakra. You wanted to make sure that your chakras are balanced. And these last 2 cards, family, friends, and guides, and increase, you see the light orbs representing the spirit guides that are speaking to you, that are surrounding you, that are protecting you. So trust the process and know that everything that you are experiencing now is awakening the great teacher within you. Also look into some Thoth frequencies, some frequencies that help you tap into the ancient wisdom of the emerald tablets. So with that being said, y'all, I hope this message found you well. If it didn't find you well, I hope that it leaves you well. Know that I am abiding by the messages that have come forth here also. And so if you don't get a Soul Food Sundays one Sunday, that is why. We are all being led to retreat and scale it back, and I am going to be obedient. If you're interested in a personal reading, my books are still open. Should I close them and you've booked a reading, know that I will give you ample notice, and we will just postpone that reading. But the priority is to make sure that we are tapping in with our higher selves and that we are resting. And so I wouldn't dare suggest it to you all and not do it. But with that being said, y'all, I'll be around, so stay tuned. And if you don't see me, know that I am doing just fine. I am just being obedient, as I hope you all are. Peace.